So this is an opportunity every year for you as thinking, concerned young adults to come into this space, which is the Queen's Catholic Chaplaincy, to reflect on your position as young Catholic adults and what that means to you.
So we are in the Young Adults Catholic Conference 2019. I'm here with Nikita, and I just want to ask you, Nikita, what are you expecting for this conference?
I'm expecting things to go a lot smoother than every other year. This is our fourth conference, I think. So every year I think it's getting better with all the speakers. At the minute we are doing speed friending, an activity for people to get to know each other. We've never done anything like that before, but we think it's so important that Catholics start mingling and getting to know each other a bit.
That's very good. Hello folks, so I'm here with Daniel, and it's first year in the conference. Yep. And we just had an activity here as a sort of a speed friending. Yeah. And what do you think of it?
Yeah, it's good crack. I think it's a good way to meet new people, you know, see new faces. So yeah, it's good fun so far.
And how is the conference so far for you? Just had one talk?
Yeah, so we only had one talk about pro-life. Yeah, it was interesting too.
Interesting.
Stay good for thought, right?
Very nice. Looking forward to the rest of the day?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Okay then, thank you. Cormac, is this the first year you participate in the conference?
Yep.
It is. And we just had an activity there, it's been sort of friending people. What did you think of it?
It was very good, yeah. It was nice to get to know everyone, and it was kind of like nice speaking to people you wouldn't usually speak to.
Right. And so let me just ask you this out of a curiosity as well. We're going to have a Latin Mass just at 12 noon. Do you think it is a good idea, or you like what you're expecting to the Latin Mass? You interested in it, or you just like?
Well, I'll see how it goes. I've never been to one.
You've never been to one?
And well, I suppose I probably won't understand it. But yeah, we'll see.
Right. Okay. Perfect. Thank you very much, Cormac.
No problem.
Life that you and your descendants might live. I thought that was interesting, that you and your descendants might live. I was 27 at the time, I wasn't dating anybody, there was nobody on the horizon, and was this God speaking to me about my future descendants? So I said to God, Lord, that's a wee bit hardcore, I'll give you another choice. So open up the Bible again, and so I opened up at Psalm 23, and it said, "Who's the man who ascends the mountain of the Lord? He who has clean hands and a pure heart, and desires not worthless things." And as I read those words, I knew as I was handing out those pills, because I did dispense the everyday contraceptive pill, I knew as I was handing them out, I was not a man with clean hands. And the bottom line for me was I was 27, and my thought was, when the day I die and I come before the Lord in my personal judgment, and I have to give account for every thought, word, and action, I didn't want on my soul the death of any number of little ones.
Talking to Dermot, and he just heard a talk from Patrick in a workshop and a conference. What did you think of it?
I thought it was very interesting. Like the statistics in particular that Patrick kind of that gave us were thought-provoking. So there was plenty to ponder, I suppose.
Very good. Anything that you weren't expecting at all?
Some of the things he touched on, like kind of, I suppose the greater increase in terms of marriage staying together when there's kids. Yeah. I thought that was interesting, because I thought maybe it might actually be the opposite. Right. Maybe the extra strain would cause more trouble for some couples.
Indeed.
So I thought that was very interesting.
Lovely stuff. Thank you very much.
God's plan for marriage and human sexuality.
Right, okay. So I heard a very inspirational phrase of you. Can you just say that again, please?
Well, yeah, there was two actually, Gustavo. The Father Paul Marx, the founder of Human Life International, he used to say, if you're not ready to have children, you're not ready for marriage. And if you're not ready for marriage, you're not ready for dating.
And regarding the workshop, I was very interested in pretty much everything you said.
Sure.
About the deal with the marriage and the homeschooling. Can you just talk just briefly about this again,
sure,
if you don't mind?
Well, I met a lady many years ago who was homeschooling her children, and I asked her the question, why are you home educating your children? And she said, because I want my children to get to heaven. And I thought, wow, that's a very interesting answer. This was, I was single before I was married, and that got me thinking. And I saw many homeschooling, home-educated families over the few years, so that when Therese and I met each other, and before we got married, I said to her, if we ever blessed with children, would you be open to home educating? And she said she would. So we started home educating our children. So we're up to year 17 now. And but it's a marvelous way of parents exercising their love of educating their children in the faith and the way that, and in the way that they want their children educated. There are many good schools and many good teachers, but this was something that we felt God called us to, and particularly with the imposition of all sorts of sexual ideologies on our schools right now that are deeply in conflict with the Catholic Church teaching. There's a real case to be made more and more for home educating.
That's very, very interesting. And you said you wrote 2 books. Can you just give us a name here, and people maybe if they're interested, they can Google it and see if they can buy and stuff?
Well, the second book has all the contents of the first book. So the second book is called Who's at the Centre of Your Marriage, the Pill or Jesus Christ?
Right.
And what it's really about is contraception's disintegrating effect on marital harmony. So I write it from a medical, social, scientific and faith and statistical viewpoint, with the Protestant perspective in there, because there's a number of Protestant churches actually are opposed to contraception to some degree. So that's all in the book, and it's a great book, not because I wrote it, because the Catholic Church teaching on this area is fantastic.
Lovely. Great stuff, Patrick. Thank you very much.
You're
God
welcome,
bless you.
Gustavo. Thank you. God bless.
Folks, so here in the middle of the conference, just after Mass, after lunch, and I'm here with Frankie and Chris. Yeah. So I just want to know, what is your impression on the conference so far?
I think it's been excellent. The topics have been really something that mean a lot to me. I think the speakers have been really good too. So.
Right. What about yourself, Chris?
Yeah, I think it's really important to have a space where you can discuss these topics that they don't tend to come up in normal everyday life.
Yeah.
We are thinking about.
Lovely. And what did you guys think about the Latin Mass? Did you like it? Was like you're not used to it? Is it your first time?
It's my second time.
Second time?
Yeah.
I've been a few.
Right.
Latin masses. It's beautiful. I do tend to get a bit lost.
Right.
What I love about the Eucharist is when that's taken apart, no matter what language the mass is in, you're there and you can follow it, you know what's happening.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, there's a great sense of importance to it, I think.
Yeah.
You can see how precious Eucharist is.
How are we doing? Here with Jamie, and you're the middle of the conference here as well. Just want to know, what is your impression on the conference so far?
I'm really glad I came it's great to meet other young Catholics and to hear more about the important issues, how we're all called to be saints in our daily lives and beyond. And the food isn't bad either.
Very good. And as well as about the Latin Mass that we just saw, what did you think of it?
So I've never done Latin Mass before, but I used to study Latin.
Yeah.
I got lost a lot of the time in terms of, not in terms of the meaning of the words, but where exactly we were. One of the things that struck me most about the Mass was the position of the priest.
The position of the priest, right?
Standing just like us in the congregation, with facing the altar, that sort of unity with the congregation.
So did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
So I'm here with Sarah and Maria, and I just want to know, what do you guys think of the Latin Mass?
Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was very reverent and respectful, and I wouldn't be brave enough to go just to normal ones. I think this is a really good experience to get to do it like all together. When it was like loads of our first time, never experienced it like that. So it's good.
Lovely. What about yourself, Maria?
Yeah, I thought it was very beautiful. Yeah, I just thought it was good.
Perfect. So if you guys would have a say for next year, would you rather have a Latin Mass again or an ordinary Mass?
I think Latin, but maybe like have a wee like time before it to explain it even more. That we had like have a wee session in the morning to give like a full explanation of everything and tell us when to sit and stand and all that, so it's not as pressurized.
Perfect. What about yourself, Maria?
I agree. It's a really good opportunity to get to Latin Mass that you wouldn't normally get to.
Lovely. Perfect, girls. Thank you very much. I'm here with the lads, and what did you guys think of the Latin Mass?
It was my first time going to Latin Mass, so
Yeah.
it was all completely new.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, like it was quite hard to follow what was going on.
Yeah.
So I think you would need to go back a few times, but I did like kind of just the peacefulness of it. Yeah, like I would go back again.
Lovely. What about yourself?
I thought it was good, yeah. I liked it.
You like it? Daniel?
Yeah, it's not too bad. Very different. It was a bit smoky, but yeah, all in all, it was a good experience. Very interesting. So,
Lovely. What about yourself?
I did like it, but I prefer to understand it.
You prefer to understand it? Alright. Thank you very much, lads. So we're here in the Young Adults Catholic Conference of the Virgin Mary, and Father Jerry McCliskey just have been grilled under many questions. What is your impression in the conference, Father?
Well, it's wonderful, first of all, to see so many young people, to see the Dominican Nashville sisters. They've made a great impact here today, but just to see young people really wanting to live the faith and to questioning, and the questions were great, kept me on my toes. So I went in with no preparation and no preconceptions, and they were relevant, pertinent questions, and there were some very interesting questions about priesthood and celibacy.
Yeah.
Did you hear them?
Yeah.
Very good, and I thought Father James gave a wonderful answer. He's full of enthusiasm, and it's lovely to see a young priest full of enthusiasm for his vocation.
Indeed.
But also just the love that those young people have for the church is oozing out of them. So that's me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What would you say for people, like young people who didn't come this year? Why should they come next year, Father?
Well, they'll meet other young people who are interested in the faith, and don't forget that not all young people are, as enthusiastic as some of these seen today. But it's those people that need to come and hear and see the faith lived, and it's a happy thing to live your Catholic faith. So come on, young people, next year, come and join us. You're welcome.
Great, thank you very much, Father.
Okay.
Thank you, Mark and Grain. And have just been grilled.
Yes.
What is your impression, Father, in the workshop?
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was a wee bit nervous
Right.
about some of the questions, but they were genuine questions asking us about celibacy, about the moral situation in the church and in society, and they were questions that we could answer truthfully, honestly, and I think they understood what we said. So, yeah, I was happy.
Very good. Now, about the Latin Mass, just celebrated as well. I was asking, and the general answer people were saying is they would love to have more explanation about the Latin Mass in order for them to participate better next year. Would you be keen on helping with that?
Yes, absolutely. I think people need to, especially whenever they're not used to it, they need some sort of explanation because, as you know yourself, it is very different from the ordinary form.
Yeah.
And it's nice to allow Catholics to experience both forms of their own right.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Father.
You're welcome.
Last thing again, what would you say for people who didn't come this year?
Come next year.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Adults Conference 2019, and Deacon McGuigan, another year, have emceed. What is your impression in this year's conference, brother?
It was a really good conference this year. The weather was good, the food was good, the speakers were very good. I really loved Mary Lewis at the start, talking about her journey into sanctification. It was very well attended. The icebreaker worked really, really well, and I think everybody maybe just made connections with each other just as long as going along. The Mass was nice, just a lot of sacraments here, a lot of confessions. So very, very worthwhile, and I hope that next year's one is as good as well.
Yeah,
so thanks to all the organisers.
Thank you very much, brother. What is the message you leave for people who didn't come this year?
Well, I know a lot of people couldn't come today because of the pro-life rally, which was extremely important. And I just hope that you manage to come next year. I think the message is the same as Frank Duff said in the book Can We Be Saints, which is that in our everyday lives we can all become saints by just doing everyday actions, small things with great love and with great holiness, and that's the message.
Lovely, thank you. Hello folks, we're here in a Young Adults Conference of the Legion of Mary, the Call to Sainthood, and I'm here with Ivana.
Hiya.
And I just want to ask you, what is your impression on the conference this year?
It's great. I'm really enjoying it so far. I've met loads of other young people in their faith. I've been chatting to loads of people. The talks have been great. Specific talks for men and women, which have been lovely, really inspiring. We had the traditional Latin Mass, which was lovely as well, which you don't get all the time, so it's a really different experience, really enriching, and I would definitely encourage me to keep going, to go more.
Lovely stuff. And for people who didn't come this year, Ivana, what would you say?
I'd say definitely try and come next year. It's definitely worth coming. There's great talks, really fun activity. You'll get chatting to loads of other young people in your faith. You'll probably make friends. Good food as well. Good company, good fun. There's something for everybody. You can always take something from it. I've been coming for 4 years now. It's my 4th year coming, and you always take something away from it. It's really peaceful day. Just forget your worries, and you're just relaxing, and time to just share and grow in your faith.
Lovely stuff. Here in the conference just after the Mass, and Father James just came in here, and he said he has been here 2 years ago. And Father, I would like to ask you, what would you say for people who are thinking about coming to the conference next year and they are in doubt? Should they come? What do you think is a good way of spending your Saturday?
I think it's an incredibly good way to spend your Saturday, you know, to be encouraged to join with other young people and to experience the faith alive, and also to be able to bring something away back to your parishes and your communities. So it's a really incredible speakers, the chance to celebrate Mass together, have confessions available. It's just a really good, fun, really encouraging day, and I'm grateful that I'm able to be back here for at least part of the day.
Lovely.
Blessed be Jesus Christ, true God and true. Blessed be the name of Jesus. Blessed be his most sacred heart. Blessed be his most precious blood. Blessed be Jesus in the most holy sacrament of the altar. Blessed be the Holy Spirit, the Paraclete. Blessed be the great Mother of God and that most of holy. Her holy and immaculate conception. Blessed be her glorious assumption. Blessed be the name of Mary, Virgin and Mother. Blessed be Saint Joseph, her most chaste spouse. Blessed be God and his angels and his saints.